Hey guys, it is Jen from Criminally Curious, and we are still talking about our trip to Salem from September. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 5 places to shop in Salem as a first-time visitor. So hang on and be right back, and we're going to be counting it down. So in today's video, I'm counting down my top 5 shops that I went to when I was in Salem as a first-time visitor, and in no particular order except for the last 2 on my list. No particular order. So there were so many shops there. You know, we just didn't have time, obviously, to go to every single one, but I did pick some in particular that I really wanted to visit ahead of time, and so we were able to do that when we were there. So one of my top 5 places to shop in Salem is called Haus Witch, and Haus Witch is located on Washington Street. Haus Witch was very cute. It was very cozy. More contemporary feel to it, and it really catered to more of decorations for your house, like pillows, you know, candles. They had books. You know, they still had other things as well, but it was more of like for your home, basically. And they had just really cute, cozy, it was a cute, cozy atmosphere, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They also offered aura readings. If you've ever had your aura read or not, one of the places in Salem to do that is Haus Witch. Of course, there are lots of other shops too where you can get your aura read and psychic readings and all that kind of stuff. But Haus Witch in particular had aura readings if you're interested in that. But it was just a very cute, cozy shop. Again, kind of catered more towards house, you know, decorating your house, that kind of thing. So it was just very cute. And I would definitely recommend stopping by. They had candles, also, you know, they had knickknacks, that kind of thing. But it was a cute shop. It was a cute shop. Unfortunately, I did not get any pictures or video from there, but I will insert a picture of their sign so that you can see what that looks like. All right, next on my list is a store called Hex that was located on Essex Street. It was more of a metaphysical store, and I did buy quite a few things from there that I needed. And I mean, I could have spent hours in that shop. I mean, they had crystals, they had, you could get your psychic reading there. They had everything that you would need. They had herbs, so more of like the metaphysical side for practicing. If you have gone to Salem or are going to Salem, it's kind of obvious, well, it was obvious to me that certain stores catered to your tourist, and then there were other stores that were geared towards more of the metaphysical. And Hex is one of those stores that did gear more towards the metaphysical rather than the touristy side of Salem. Both are great, don't get me wrong, but I loved Hex because it was more of a metaphysical store and I could get what I needed for my practice there. So I ended up, like I said, getting quite a bit of herbs, some stuff for protection, for my house. They had crystals there. I ended up getting a crystal ball. I've always wanted to get a crystal ball for scrying, and they had a reasonably priced one that I got there. So again, I could have spent hours in that store. There was so much to look at. They had popettes, they had voodoo dolls. I mean, it catered to everything basically. So I highly, highly recommend Hex on Essex Street. Again, I did not get any pictures or video in the store, but I will go ahead and insert a picture of the sign so you can see the sign, but highly recommend if you are going there. All right, next store is probably my third favorite. It is well known. It is called Black Craft Cult. It is on Essex Street. It is, oh my gosh, the store, I've seen pictures of it on Pinterest, but it really doesn't do it justice in person. It is huge, and it is known for having the biggest witch that you can see suspended from the ceiling. I took a lot of pictures actually in the store and some video. There are some photo opportunities in there. It's very gothic looking. I love the vibe. I mean, clothing, candles, purses, accessories, you name it, they had it there. It was awesome. That was like the first part of the store. And in the back of the store, they're well known for their coffee. I'm not particularly a coffee drinker, so I didn't really go back and look at their drinks at all, but I know that it's very popular. And that's kind of like the other half of what Black Craft is known for as well. So they've got coffee, specialty drinks, and then of course they've got their clothing and everything else in the other half of the shop. So very cool vibe. You get to see the biggest witch suspended from the ceiling. I believe her name is Nadia, and there's some symbolism there, and I'm going to insert some pictures and video so you can see what it was exactly like. And a very cool vibe, very gothic-y. Definitely recommend if you're going to Salem as a first-time visitor, definitely go to this shop. You will not be disappointed. Okay, moving on to my second favorite shop that I went to on our trip. It is called City Wix, and that is located on Essex Street as well. I love candles. I have a lot of candles. And so City Wix is known for their candles, obviously, but they do have other things there as well. They do have your typical, I don't want to say knickknacks, but they do have, they have books, they have tarot, they have drawings, pictures that you can purchase to be framed. They had, I think they had t-shirts, small quantity though, but they are mainly known for their candles and candle products. And so I love me some candles. And in fact, when I was there, I bought a couple things. They have so many scents, and you can go on their website. They have a strong online presence as well, as some of the other stores that I've talked about in this video. But I did buy their City Wix candle Salem, scented Salem, and this is a 2-wick. And it just, I mean, all the scents were to die for, but I thought this one was my favorite. And you know, just to have Salem and to remind me of Salem. I haven't burnt it yet. I want to wait for a special, like maybe Halloween. It just smells so good. They had small tins that you could also get. They had the 2-wick candles, travel tins that you could take with you. They also had room spray / body spray. And besides picking up this candle in the scent Salem, I also got the same scent Salem in the body / room spray as well. I just happened to have the candle out just to show you guys. But I loved the store. I could have spent more time in that store, and I had to restrain myself from buying every single candle that they had. So if you're into candles, and candle accessories, they actually had candle accessories there too. So wick trimmers, snuffers, which I appreciated because you don't always think of those things. Definitely go to Witch City Wix. I highly recommend it. I took a couple pictures and I will insert them here, so you can kind of take a look and see what is inside their store. But definitely my top 2 pick of shops to go to in Salem. All right, guys, we have reached my #1 shop that I went to when we were in Salem, and that is Enchanted. Enchanted is located on Wharf Street. It is right on the ocean there. The other side, if you go to Salem, it's kind of there's one side that is geared a little bit more towards the touristy side, and then there's one side that's more of, like I was talking about before, more of a metaphysical store. And Enchanted is a metaphysical store. It's actually the sister store of the oldest witch shop in Salem. Lori Cabot is their resident witch. You might have heard of her. This store, Enchanted, is actually run by her daughter. And I could have spent all day there. Like I was in love with the vibe. It was so dreamy and cozy, and I could have spent all day in that store. And again, it was more of a metaphysical store, so I did end up picking up quite a bit of things there. But they had books, they had tarot, they had herbs, they had potion kits, spell kits, they had decor, pentacles, they had crystals, they had jewelry, they had everything you could have possibly wished for in those terms. Very cool vibe. I do have a couple pictures from the store. Unfortunately, I didn't take a lot of pictures. I don't know why. I didn't take any video. I wish I did. But you can kind of see inside the store, and I just absolutely loved it. It was my #1 pick very easily. Like I said, I picked up some more things that I really needed in terms of herbs and that kind of thing. I can't say enough. And it was really cool because in the store, there were a couple altars that you could write. There was one altar where you could write down for your loved ones who have passed on. And then there was one altar where you could write down things in terms of gratitude or opportunities that you were looking forward to. So that was kind of a cool vibe in itself. And then there was a little section in the front of the store where they had a cauldron, and you could pick a card, and the card you would have a question for it, and then the tarot card would kind of give you an answer or give you some feedback maybe related to your question. And that was really cool. I did that, and I did get a picture kind of that, so I'll insert that as well. But definitely my top shop was Enchanted on Wharf Street, and it was amazing. I picked up some cinnamon incense sticks. I haven't used them yet because I want to wait for a special occasion, because oh my gosh, cinnamon is one of my favorite scents. They are divine. And so I kind of want to, set them aside for special occasions. But I bought 2 packs because they smelled so good. So definitely highly recommend Enchanted. So I will insert some pictures right here so you can take a look. All right, you guys, so that was a little bit about Enchanted. I did mention that it was a sister store, and that sister store was Crow Haven Corner. That is the oldest witch shop in Salem, established by Lori Cabot, who is the resident Salem witch, and that's her store, and then her daughter takes care of Enchanted. Now, Crow Haven Corner is the oldest witch store, as I said. That is also located on Essex Street in Salem. And you're probably wondering, why didn't you go in there? We didn't have time, to be honest with you. We took a witch walking tour through Crow Haven Corner. So I was actually in like the backyard around it, but it's purple, and purple's my favorite color. But we just didn't have time to go in it. I've seen pictures on the inside, but that's another one that I want, when I go back, I definitely want to go in this time. But Crow Haven Corner, again, is the original witch store, oldest witch store, you know, residential witch, Lori Cabot, and then her daughter takes care of Enchanted. So definitely, if you can if you have a chance, go to both for sure. I know that I'm definitely going to stop in at Crow Haven Corner next time I go to Salem next year. I just ran out of time. It was not enough time. You know, some people say, oh, you could do Salem in like a day, 2 days. Not me. I want time to experience the sites, check out what I want, take my time, not feel rushed like I'm on a schedule, and just to kind of explore the whole area. So that's not me. To check out Salem in 24 hours, that's not me. I like to take my time exploring and going into these shops. So that's just a few. Those were just 5 of my favorite shops that I went to in Salem. I went to more and I loved them all, so it was hard just kind of narrowing it down to my top 5. But you know, definitely check them out if you get a chance. If you already know them, you'll kind of know the vibe that I'm talking about. But anyways, shopping in Salem is a whole thing in itself, guys, whole thing in itself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share our video to others. We would greatly appreciate it. And until our next video, stay criminally curious. Bye.